Yes.
Now.
We are live! So, welcome to yet another happy weekly in the Blind Institute. Today we have no guest, but we have one new person here, but he's going to give a presentation himself. So I suggest we simply start with the first person.
Right.
Today, that is Antonis.
Yes. I don't have loads to show, but basically to demonstrate what we had from last week.
Somebody
Let me
has to do the camera.
share. All right. So let's see the ladder too. Okay, so basically we started to support proportional editing in the graph editor, and that's how it works. So you basically that's it.
Nice.
Master now.
It's in master now, yeah. And if you select different curves, they each act on their own data, so they don't influence. If I select the Y channel, it won't influence the X channel, and vice versa. And it only acts on the X-axis. So it's you see, if I make a circle, sorry, like that, for instance, it doesn't really influence the circle still influences this point, even though it's not in the. If you take a circle from here, it shouldn't influence it, because that's what animators would want. So they would want to specify a range in frames and basically influence all the frames around one frame. And that's it. Yeah.
Really?
That's what I can show. The rest of the work must mostly.
You're using it?
Yeah. I've been wishing for it for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of my
It was
requests.
one line of code.
It was one of my requests at the end
Almost.
of
Two lines.
Yeah.
It was a request at the end of
So
Sintel.
now the animation will be so much smoother.
If you have a character that's walking like that, and you want to adjust the up and down, but it's got a gradual change to it, you want to have proportional editing, so you can tweak things and it'll move proportionally. So it's really very handy.
Yeah.
And Maya TM and 3D Max TM doesn't have this.
Not. Damn. Only Blender has it.
As far as I can't say that for sure.
No, I'm pretty positive that
Well, we can't say that for sure. But we don't know if
But
Pixar's
that is
thing
weird.
doesn't have it, or we don't know.
But I invented proportional mode like 20 years ago. One of the first things we added in Blender.
Well, 3D Max and Maya have it in modeling, but not in animating.
Modeling.
And now we need it for the dope shit.
Yeah.
Like you take one key and you move it, and the others like slightly.
Yeah.
Like that would be awesome
For
too.
retiming.
For retiming.
Yeah.
You're gonna have it next week.
Oh.
Nice.
Feature request Friday. Ask anything and it will happen Monday. Ask anything.
Can I also make requests?
Yeah.
Could somebody please rewrite the plot?
You can make requests about the art. Well, they will make it for you.
What's your request?
Only particles will become.
No tornadoes.
Research in the desert.
Yeah.
Instead of sleep in a glass field.
Nice.
That's nice.
Don't see anything.
It's just a black.
Okay. What's the one minor thing? It's done?
Yeah, it's, most of the other stuff was bug fixing and keyboard stuff, so it's not really nothing to watch.
Yeah. Viewport stuff would be nice to hear more about another time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Thank you.
Mathieu?
Yep. I want to show you two things. It's twice the same scene, two different versions of the tornado scene. So I was working for almost 2 weeks on the tornado scene, trying to improve it, make it more dance more, have more focus on the flock, what happens between Victor and the flock and stuff like that. And I end up with a version that we will see first, which is a bit longer, that has a bit more shots and is a bit more complicated, both from the editing point of view and from the 3D point of view. But I do think that it's not a good idea, in fact, after all, after watching it and working with it and taking a bit of distance on it. So I went back to the previous one and updated it with the new shots. And I think that's better. So I want to show you both to see what you feel about it, because it's two different directions.
You spoiled everything already. Maybe you should not tell which one is the first.
Okay, maybe I will mix them up. No, I think you'll see.
Until it says first.
So let's start with the first one.
Spoiler! Now the first one.
We don't know which one it is.
First one is the good one.
We need some. Well, that's clouds. There should be clouds.
Oh, wow! What the sheep? The sheep.
So that was one.
I think you're right.
With the trick one,
animator.
which one was this? So I think we should watch right now the second one. So the bottom one,
Yes.
this one, which you will recognize, I think, because it's rendered. Yeah, this one was rendered. Ta-da!
Yeah, I get goosebumps from the second one.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know if you really spotted the difference or not.
Yeah.
I think it's quite obvious. One is longer, one is more complete, more impressive shots, more things going on, but I do think that it's not working as good as the other one, which is more direct, more efficient, and more emotional somehow. So. But I'm curious to see what you think about it.
I like the second one too. There's one little jump, a bit unclear, is when you for the first time see the total shot with the sheet really down in the distance. It's a little bit, you have to see climb up very
Yeah,
high. What
I
is this
agree.
point of view?
In the second one?
The
Both
second
both
one.
have it. The second one, there's one moment when you see the sheep before he starts running. For the first time. No, before
This is the first
This is the first one, this is the other edit.
This is the second one.
You said it's in both.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ah, it's in both. Yeah, actually.
Then it really feels like a weird cut. Like, huh? No, no, no. Further all the cuts are clear.
Which shot?
It's,
Before he starts
More,
running?
more, more.
Oh, when he looks.
but you never see a total view. And then suddenly you see a total.
So,
Yeah. Mhm.
Should I?
Uh-huh.
They're
And
almost there, I
then
think.
maybe
and it's the next one, I think.
if you keep cut.
Can we see the
Yeah.
right?
This is weird.
This is a bit weird.
Like
yeah.
you suddenly see it from Victor's point of view, or
Mm.
with the camera is first pointing at them, and then suddenly it goes down and it's there. So
Yeah, it's weird because we were
it's a bit-
seeing him and then him again, but from a
Right.
really weird point of view.
Yeah, I tried to make it in the other way. Yeah, okay.
well, I mean, if you want to get that sensation of where Victor is and like,
No, I did this one just for the scale thing,
Ah,
just to really
okay.
see how tiny Frank is compared to the thing that goes down,
yeah,
and to see that it actually goes
Then-
straight at him.
yeah.
Yeah. I might be the only one, but I prefer the first one.
Boom!
Yeah?
People online prefer
Yeah,
the first
okay.
one.
I prefer the first
People
one.
online prefer the first one.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Oh,
dun.
I did?
He said, yeah, the
Totally
people
more.
online like the
Like,
first
I
version
found the
better.
first one really nice.
Two people who
Yeah,
are
I
like,
liked it. I liked the way the flock looked in the first one.
Yeah, the way you discover, like when you have Victor and then we see all the sheep, it was,
yeah, but in
Really
the first one,
surprising.
Victor rotates.
I don't know, I really liked it.
The first
I
he's
mean,
facing it, and then suddenly
I like both because I did both, and I like both. But I do think overall the feeling from the first one is very different from the second. I mean, the first one tries to show more things, and we lose
Second
total
one's-
interest about Frank. Frank and Victor are not in the center anymore, and which is more the case on the second one. The flock is very secondary on the second one. There's the tornado, Frank running away, Victor controlling and enjoying it, which is more absent from the second one, from the first one.
Yeah, I feel like I lose a bit of the emotional connection. Like, not like you understand more what's going
Yeah.
on, but you kind of lose that emotional connection with Frank and Victor, especially since like the flock is kind of secondary in second one, and we keep cutting just between Frank and Victor, and it becomes that kind of emotional connection.
Well, the big difference is that I'm quite limited by the duration of the song.
Yeah.
And on the first one, the main decision is when the song starts, that's the flock and the chorus that triggers it. In the second one, when the chorus starts and when the song starts, is when Frank is lifted up by the tornado. And that's two big difference. And I do think that the second one is better, and we don't have enough time to introduce the flock if we start with Frank.
and he's preaching to the sheep instead of connecting with.
Yeah, he looks like
Yeah.
God. So
Yeah,
he's
Yeah.
God.
The
Like,
sheep.
Come to me, oh
Which he
sheep.
is, kind of,
Yeah.
right?
Victor or Frank, who
he's
cares?
totally
right?
God suddenly, like.
Maybe they like it because it's Easter.
But
But
is
it's
it,
also because it's more complete. You have more shots. It's longer. It's like 30 seconds longer. You have 10 or 15 shots more.
Shorter, always.
I like this too when he gets sucked up like that.
From
But
the back, and
But do you think it's a possibility to make like a hybrid? Because what really struck me
I
about the first one
tried
was
today and not
No,
really,
not
no,
feeling it, no.
no. Because there's too many shots.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time. Or And the song, the way it's built, it's really there's a key moment where it starts. Where to me that is the emotional down you should have, and we have to make a decision. You cannot have
What's
both.
gonna happen?
So-
Right. No, we're just about just the way the flock appears. Like it seems more natural. I think that's what my.
Yeah.
But it's also because it's longer.
Yeah.
And since
No, but I
it's-
just mean the
it's a
very
slow-
first appearance. And then,
Oh well,
Yeah.
this shot tells everything, I guess. Because,
yeah.
when the first time you see the flock in the first version, we go from a medium shot of Victor and we go for a wide of the
Yeah.
flock
Yeah.
going up, and we forget about Victor. We get rid of him. And
Yeah.
It's just secondary, blurry in the back, in the foreground, and that's what I continued doing to have the island and the tornado being bigger and taking more the place. But then we totally forget about Victor.
Yeah.
It's vanishing.
No, yeah, I like the second one that is more intimate.
You know, I don't know. I didn't find the right way to keep the best part of
Yeah.
both.
One question while we have time. Why is Victor smiling again? You want to explain that?
He finally got what he
Is
wanted.
that because, no, it's not because of the coat that he loses his clothes,
No. It's just like you mean the very final close-up of his eyes?
that you see him smiling.
Yeah, it's this one.
This, yeah.
Or
But
is
he looks almost like a dreaming, and then you see his ass the next shot. I'm always like, why?
Is he looking at
Is that my dirty man?
Come on,
Time
there's an emotional connection to the ad. There's a reason.
You made that clip, remember, of the dancing.
Oh, well, again, maybe.
No, I can't see it anymore.
Well, that's
Is that, why is he looking that way?
well because
What do you want to say with this?
well, it's also something that works better in the second version. I think it's the way that Victor starts smiling when the music starts. He's enjoying the thing, and it's really like it's his favorite song for his favorite moment. So it's just emphasize the fact that he's in control and knows what happens and he likes it. So, which is also more.
Is the sheep maybe going to tumble more?
Yeah,
No.
that's right. I have to work on this next week, the inner part of the tornado. I didn't yet. So.
That's good.
Yeah, but it's a love story. So
Yeah. If there's no terror.
Good.
So that's it.
Okay. Next person is Andy. Do you want to do Andy? You know Andy?
No, I have to
You do it?
You
Yeah.
face.
Andy gave you instructions.
Yes, very clear instructions.
Hey, wait, but when are you down?
After Andy,
After Andy.
I cheated. I go around just. So. Hello. I'm gonna try.
Did you even manage to animate the clock? You use the
So.
No.
Um,
Not yet.
Sharing the screen. So Andy has been working on awesome stuff, of course, because he's Andy. He's working on the tornado, still on the tornado, working on different pieces of it. What we are going to see now is the top of the the clouds that start to form. The one where we should actually see Victor here in one of these shots. So yeah, basically it's the building up. It's very nice. It looks much better.
About the motion blur. There's no camera blur for clouds.
Camera blur for. Oh no, there's not yet.
Smoke.
No.
I thought maybe the camera blur would work.
It should.
It should. The motion blur for clouds itself is difficult because it's fake.
Yeah.
But for the camera,
For the camera, it should. It's object motion blur. So yeah, it should work. But anyway, he's been working on that. Okay, that's a weekend project, Sergey. Motion blur for smoke cameras. Just saying. Anyway, he'd also been working on these awesome stuff. It was actually from Sunday. Oh, and the previous, he put the days. What we saw previously was from Sunday too. This is also from Sunday. it's awesome. I don't know what to say. It's just awesome. It looks super cool. Like it's I don't know. It's awesome.
Getting there at a good beginning. Huh?
Yes. Yeah. So there was Sunday then, but it looked a bit small. Like the scale is only like 50 meters or so. It's not as big as it should be. It should be a bit bigger, and there's this render about it that I need to share. So this is part of the big render, the actual scale. And this is how it started. Then there is a render animation from it. Let me see here. So this is the particle system that this is just the particle system that makes the smoke itself. I don't know if it's point density, the new point density stuff or not, but this is the particle system stuff. Then this rendered looks like this, more color. Like super cool. It's very nice. And this is the whole thing. Andy said he's not super, this is from Wednesday. He's not very happy with the colors and stuff because it looks like a magic texture, and it sort of does. It's a bit weird. Yeah, and I kind of like the first version better without all the so much contrast. This is a bit dark in some parts, but it's more dense. Well, it looks nice. Maybe if this was bluer instead of... Anyway, this is the part where all the caches broke. There was almost 0.5 terabyte worth of caches that Blender decided to delete. And it has been fixed. Well, it hasn't been fixed. It has been in Blender now. It doesn't delete it, basically. So the code, Lucas commented the code that deletes the caches. So yeah, that's... so now it's not going to happen anymore. Now people maybe should know that in 275, if this system's still there, they have to remove the caches manually because Blender won't do it when you clear the cache. No. Not even. I don't know why there's no delete button, but the thing is that without delete button, it was deleting it.
Okay, yes, I'm okay. Are you sure?
Are you sure? You're triple sure? Only if you have a cloud subscription, you can delete. That would be great. But yeah, we had a very sad Andy, and it's not nice. So after that, he was rendering this stuff, which is an OpenGL of the... It was rendering last night before he was leaving. It's an OpenGL view, but it's not... he's not super happy with it either. And then Thursday, there's a big text message from Andy. The Thursday all cache were failing. And that was an unhappy... We can show it to people. This is... So yeah, he came, since today he was missing, he came on Sunday and worked on this. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is when the renders were there. And he made the numbers, and it was... To cache this, it will take 4 days. And this is what Blender deleted. So if you need to recache that, it will take 4 days worth of caching. 90-something hours. 94, 98?
On the fastest computer.
On the fastest computer on the studio with the RAID setup, SSDs, everything. Like the highest end you can have in the Netherlands probably now. Probably.
That's why they have to do computers.
And yeah, it just takes time. I mean, it's big. Every file is 4 gigs per frame. So the whole animation was 0.5 terabyte. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
For Andy.
Andy?
Yeah.
Andy watching.
I'm not sure. Are you watching? It's not in the chat, but anyway. Now I become Pablo again.
Left at 11, so.
Whoa.
So let's see. So I started the week back with these shots. I've been doing some 3D as long as some other stuff. Yes. So I did a few little things in this shot. It was supposed to be ready for the farm, but I added those little things there, and it's basically some kind of effects. You don't really see them in the actual render, like those little things that looks like snowflakes. You don't really see them in the render that much. You just see a shadow, but it adds a little bit, and it makes the scene happier. And just that. Just some little particle systems. This is 1 megabyte, by the way, not all the terabytes. But it's just like little things. Like when it slides, there is this, that little thing. It's only for like 2 frames. I like to have these little things. And then at the end, before the branch falls, there is there's a big chunk of
It's leaves? What is
leaves.
it?
Leaves because it's
If it leaves, maybe they're a bit too heavy. Just
for that. Yeah, but
maybe a bit too heavy.
like heavy.
Because they go like super fast. And the leaves, they
Wind resistance. No, air resistance.
they will like
Yeah, go like sideways. But it's supposed to be also dry.
But
So I'm not
then they
sure.
go even
Should be like
slower.
pieces of.
Yeah, there is no there is no leaves.
Yeah, they don't have leaves. Okay, so I can just remove that.
No,
In the meantime,
like,
so
it's just I was thinking about that.
this rendered. This is it was in the edit. It's supposed to be in the edit.
It is.
It's also with low res, and just to show that you don't really see some of the pieces. It's more like pieces of wood or something, because just so it doesn't fall and looks weird. And yeah, then it looks a bit weird and too fast.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, it looks
We
quite
haven't
okay.
decided how windy it is on the island anyway.
No.
For now, I think in the morning it's quite steady. Yeah. Since we
And-
don't have a lot of fog.
Yeah.
At some point it will get windy.
Then I also render this shot. Now it's flicker free. TM.
Oh, yeah.
It's flicker free.
Was it
There's
25 times?
26 times.
26 times.
Yes. So it took a while,
And
but
that looks like the noise.
yeah, so this is just noise. It is rendered overnight. I made it a bit brighter because remember it was very dark when it was tiny bit brighter. We can always make it darker.
Don't look at the colors of this projector.
Oh yeah, the colors are off.
It's too late. And
I also-
I was just wondering when I saw it, we have to check, I guess, because I think Bjorn tweaked a bit the camera and the animation for the moment when it turns to the branch, because we see a lot of fur, and I think you tweaked this to make it a bit less.
This is a pretty recent version.
I
I
am-
can do it more.
Because when I checked with the layout version, we saw less this.
Did you pull in the camera from the animation box?
I did. But-
So maybe it's also
Oh.
because there is more fur here.
But I noticed, like I did it before when the animation was updated, and yesterday before putting it on the farm, the rope animation was lost because the action was renamed to 0.01, and the rope action.
I heard you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that would happen.
I don't know. The animation file didn't have an action. It had a different action. I had to bring it again.
Well,
So
this is
maybe-
getting like that is you can double check it.
Okay. We can check.
But obviously this is the final render anyway, so.
No. There is no simulation, no anything. Like different from before is that before we used to have like a big push here in the
Yeah.
here we used to have a piece of
Yeah,
shit
totally.
there
Disney.
Like Colgate.
that now it's not there anymore, and we see some sort of ocean in the distance that I hope is very subtle enough and out of focus enough. it's
Are there waves in the ocean?
there are actually, if you see them.
Maybe we can try to do a right focus on this if we want to.
Do we not want to focus on?
You see, there is
Maybe we can.
tiny,
Well, maybe we should avoid it.
Yeah.
but it should be almost quiet. Or almost, we were looking with on to references, remember, and it was super, like the sea was super quiet
So this is from yesterday.
last night. Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yesterday. That's right.
on this, that's good to know.
That's why I'm wondering, like, which version you got, because I did it and committed it yesterday evening or afternoon.
Yeah, well, we're not.
Thing myself, and it still has, of course.
No, but it's not like this.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it in my dailies.
That's better.
But how do we go about? Well, yeah, we can
Let's
talk about it.
discuss this on Monday.
Yeah, because these kind of
We can really
updates
get
we
to-
should know like in advance, you know.
Yeah. Tuesday. We've got an audience.
Yes, sorry, internet.
Yeah.
Besides that, I did boring stuff.
Everybody is welcome to volunteer all day on Monday.
Yeah.
I think that's big.
We heard you, Francesco.
So these are noisy renders that I did. I also worked in this shot from. This is another shot. This is back and forth the dialogue scene. And this is in the farm right now, so we might see an animation. It's layout animation anyway, so it's just
what's
to-
the problem?
it's beautiful layout animation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just to start replacing stuff with renders.
Sorry? Yeah, I see.
But
Yeah,
We need to
Eyelashes,
brush them a bit up.
There's a big question mark on eyelashes.
Eyelashes and the eyeline, what it does to the skin.
The animators, when they work, they don't have the eyelashes visuals, so they tend, when they make him squint, they tend to make it too low compared to the render.
Ah.
If you have open eyes and he's looking up,
Yeah, it's
it's not, we can't just lose the eyelids.
yeah,
so
and
we have to find a way to make this.
this should be visible in the OpenGL. Being so dense, it really changes the shape.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's multiple solutions. Either we make them more transparent, or shorten them, or put them on OpenGL for the animators to see. We have to see what we can do about this.
Are you tricking the sunlight a little bit?
Yes, this is actually, it's like the sun is supposed to come this way, and this is like
Almost from the side.
almost there. Yeah, I rotated a lot because otherwise you don't get this.
Well, it was a long scene to shoot, so the sun was moving a lot.
Yeah. And this is all in one render layer, no comp. So
And they go through 10 sheets.
I have a question. Like, so there is no more fog, like in the
Not a lot anymore.
no, yeah, there is.
Well, the mood is very nice like this. It feels more Scottish and brighter, and we were struggling a lot with the fog for the overall look of the image. It felt very flat and gray.
Okay. Just asking.
You miss it?
I didn't know. Yeah, no. Yeah, like I saw it was changing, but I didn't know the reason.
Well, in some shot there is still some, and it's just we have to find the right balance. But this is very good. So
With yeah.
without.
Also,
almost
I mean, we
For the
can
whole sequence, you keep the light consistent.
no change it all the time. Now, yeah, ideally it's always the same. I mean, it doesn't change. Like when the tornado comes, maybe it might change a little bit, but the overall it should stay the same. So yeah, that's what I did. I also did some updated the tutorials in blender.org. Now we have nice feature tutorials. Then I also updated some stuff for the store, some icon stuff, web. I fixed the silly Windows thing. Now it's working for Windows users because they are like 80% of the users.
You saw the statistics.
And I saw the statistics, yes, and did a bunch of little things in the cloud and other web stuff. That is boring. 4.4 million. 4.4 million. Imagine.
Is now officially bigger than Autodesk.
Bam!
Officially bigger than Autodesk.
Autodesk, Maya, Max, and everything. Entertainment division.
Wow.
I only have 1 million downloads per year for the educational version.
Wow.
Only 1 million.
Only, yeah, 1 million.
But it's like 10 gigabytes. For
Yeah, no, it's
So it's
downloads.
time to consider to make them buy it. It's now. Damn, sell it super fast.
You get €1 for every download. You know, you can make a feature.
I don't know why we never thought of that.
Never.
Like,
Yeah, anyway, that was me.
you could make we move on to maybe Lucas needs a coding holidays.
Unless you want to become over.
I don't know.
Or just a regular one.
I'm,
A regular holiday.
No,
No.
that's your face. Try to
Yeah,
get
I'm
some
afraid
in
so.
the-
Ah, okay, all right. Have you seen him lately?
Yeah.
Half an
Open the. Oh, come on. The blender. Go.
I'll wait for the movie.
Okay. Yeah, so more caching stuff. Let me open. Just some stupid test files I used. I didn't have time to test it on the sheep or anything. So the whole caching workflow has changed a bit, the UI and stuff like that. So basically, you still have the duplicate object with the cache library here, but now there's these two settings. We have the source, which is basically you can select to take the original object from the scene, which is what we're doing here. So this is just a sort of rotating thing. Or you can use another cache, so that means you can do this sort of staged caching workflow that we had in mind. So I could select like another cache. That's what I'm doing in the second library after that. And then you have the display here. Usually the result is what you want, because that's the output of the whole caching process, which is important if you want to use these modifiers. But you can also, for comparison, look at the source. Yeah, so let me just... The original, whatever you have selected here. So that's the source, and this is what you display in the viewport.
Like it's without the modifiers, you mean?
Yeah, so the first thing I would do here is basically just cache this out. Just all the modifiers you could have, like an armature, animation, whatever. This could all be linked as well. Doesn't really matter. Just make this. So this now goes over the network, so it's not terribly fast, but this is also a small object, so it's fine. So this is cached now. I can change this here if I want to. Move everything. Doesn't matter. So this is cached, and now I can basically go to the second stage. So you could do that in a different file. It's just for demo purposes. So here I'm reading in the library that we have written before, and I'm writing it out to a second one.
Okay, so transforming it.
Yeah, so here I changed the source to another cache file, which means I can read in the first one.
And what, like, modify it?
Yeah, so that's the thing. So now we have this hair simulation modifier. I don't know why it's... I think it's an old file I have to re-edit. So yeah, so you have all the typical hair simulation stuff. It doesn't quite work yet, so it's a bit, yeah, but I just did this today, so. Yeah, so, but you can change these settings here, and then when you bake it, it actually applies the hair simulation to the thing. So now we have this, and now I can bake it. And hopefully, I'll just cancel it here, so just to see, you can see.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is this?
So that's now the second cache is now contains the simulated hair.
So
more
the
like
first cache is the distortion, the twist.
the first
and-
cache it would be just for the animation. Where you have the basic
It's
hair
now
grooming and so on.
displaying the cache.
Now I'm displaying the cache, so I can
Why is
also
it so much slower?
this over the network and this
It's over the network. It's reading it from the network.
Yeah. and the network here has terrible latency, so it's like, I don't know why.
But the first cache was the time.
Because it didn't have hair.
Turn out, turn later.
It's faster to drag. Like,
Yeah, what is?
press Alt 8.
I was baking it, so the baking does the actual hair
That's what it
simulation.
looks
This
like
isn't.
you
Yeah,
were playing. Press Alt 8.
See, it's very slow.
it's the network.
Fast.
It's the network. It's a fucking network.
But it's reading the case
Come on,
from the
Jesus! How often do I have to say it?
It's like 500 years.
So
I don't know, look at that all the time. But it's so,
yeah, so
maybe there
That's
are
it.
multiple modifiers. They are all loading at the same time still.
yes, not at the same time, one after the other, but yeah.
Just a question: what kind of other modifier would you require for this?
Anything you would want to do with the cache, for example.
Like for these?
One thing I
Anything you want
wanted to
simulate?
do is to simplify the hair, for example, simplify the hair curves in order to make it smaller for render. That could be a modifier. Really, just anything we want to have there. It's basically just a list of stuff we want to do with caches.
Okay.
And where is the cache library? Can you show the file size? That's the button though. 6 megs.
Yeah.
It's not a network bottleneck.
It's the network's latency. That's basically you ask the network to. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's shitty here. Yeah.
You have to fix the computer too.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6
Can now.
megabytes. You could stream that in the 90s with 10 megabytes.
On a floppy drive.
Yeah. Almost.
How much was it, the floppy?
1.44.
Terabyte. Yeah. So I think that's. Oops. That's it for the caching.
Back in my day.
Just wondering if I forgot anything. Yeah.
So the next step is a sheet.
Yeah.
The running
nice.
sheet.
Next week.
And then everything will come.
Yeah, that's cool.
And another little feature, just a bit more colorful. Yay!
Oh, the point
Sergey
density.
made the point density.
Sure.
Share. What is it? So yeah, Sergey made the point density in cycles, but it didn't support color. So now I've added a color feature, so you have all the fancy stuff from the point density texture.
Tornado, awesome stuff.
Yep.
It's really cool.
Mm.
So nice.
Okay.
That's it?
Yep, that's it.
Next pixel.
He's in the basket.
I like it though.
Oh, he's sleeping. Never mind.
The last kid broke off.
Yeah. Oh, we woke him up.
All
Too much
right.
clapping.
Want me to think?
Yeah. You can just do kind of. Oh, you
Good talk, good talk.
Oh, wake it up. Oh, look at him. It's like, why? Why would you do
Look
it?
at that.
Yeah. So you can probably just play the recent one, which is number 6, I think. So no, play the other one. The cam is with kind of the shaky cam, and yeah, just so we see the animation first. Yeah, I'm struggling a bit with it. Matthew, I did work on remapping the time a bit in the beginning, so he comes way slower now at him, and then does the whole grab of the rope way faster. And the head is doing weird stuff, but fine, whatever. Shut up.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
You can have some
Yeah, it's more.
more steps like
Wow, come on. It's not. Wait,
No,
this is
it's
not the
detailed.
Lego movie. Tick, 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 tick.
Let's do Lego instead.
No, but they need to have hair. The fluffy Lego figures.
The explosions with Lego modules.
Yeah.
Is the pain too.
It's much
Yeah.
more fun in this.
So yeah, I'm still working on this shot. It is super complicated, and I've never worked on a shot where I had to do this many parenting cheats. You know, like one thing is interacting with another thing, and I just make like a instant parent, but only for like 10 frames, and then I hook it to something else. It just goes on and on and on. A lot of stuff like that. It's been quite a headache. And
Then it has
yesterday,
to connect to the sheet.
yeah, and it does that now. That's the thing. I'm like, while I'm blocking it, I'm not just putting shit like, like to make sense within the story or whatever. I'm also making sure that whatever I do, it's all already parented. So
We should find a way to make Frank put something on Victor at the same time.
no, that would break the universe.
Chewing his leg or
No.
The watch,
Yeah. Put something on me. I'll put something on you. Yeah.
take off his jacket, put it on Frank.
Oh,
you're cold.
Stop it, you guys. Yeah.
But how many groups are we talking about now? So there is one for the rope settlement, or is that part of the rig?
So Frank has a rig, but within that rig, there's also the whole timer thing and the rope thing. But the timer thing is completely different from this timer because now I have a new timer. So the new timer is completely independent, but I needed to add to it a couple of bones because I was having massive problems with like hooking it up. It needed a few more steps of master and stuff, so I could like kind of shift it between. So I've been kind of tweaking a bit, and also just the taking a belt that is brown on both sides and then working with it. At one point, I couldn't remember which way is he holding it. It was getting so complex within the shot. So I went to the rig and started like coloring one side of it. Like it doesn't show in the render at all, but just to make sure that in the viewport, I knew what the hell was going on. Yeah.
Interesting tutorial.
Yeah, I'm recording all of this and
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah, and
But it'd be good to actually do like an explanation of the
Yeah.
works rather than just a time lapse.
well, yeah, the thing is, so if you were to watch the entire time lapse, you would see these pockets of frustration where something is just not working, and I'm trying, and then I'm deleting the thing, and I'm trying it again, just again and again and again, until I find something that I can kind of work with. And then that's like one frame, and then I work to the next one.
There are a lot of people would be interested in that, whether they use child of or copy.
Yeah,
paste
yeah.
forms or
Yeah,
actual-
so I've had massive problems with child off
Yeah,
constraints. It's so
The
broken.
most horrible construct.
Yeah,
on the
really is.
planet.
It
And
only
it's the
works
first
if
one people go for. So
yeah, exactly. That's the first one I
It's so
always go
nice.
for. But it always seemingly
Sounds-
works
Yeah, yeah.
in the beginning. When you don't know any better, it
And then
seemingly
there's
just
offsets.
works. And then then it starts breaking and yeah. So what I'm doing is always copy transform. And I make sure that all the bones that I need to kind of parent to, they always have a master within them. So there's always a master I can do the copy transform.
Yeah.
And then I have the slave that I can kind of adjust to it or whatever.
That alone is already a good blog post. Like,
Yeah.
copy child of, use copy transform.
Yeah, true.
Yes, you should.
And the even like the rope, just the fact that the rope is on Frank, but then I take the rope on two separate locations, and I grab the rope to me, but then I put those things like one of my hand is going up, so now the hand, like the rope was parented to this hand via this one bone, but now I slit my hand up, and now I'm parented to a totally different bone. But while I'm still holding with the other hand, but now I let go, and then I grab both of them, and then I let go of the other thing, and then I grab both of them. Like, it
Sounds like, yeah.
it
Crazy.
becomes fucked up.
Other animators will see this and think, huh?
And think
Only
what? It's an
animators.
audio thing. They can always say it. Don't
No,
put
they
your-
didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
In any programmer, it's difficult.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a massive headache. Massive headache. So yeah, I think.
You're welcome.
Yay! Well, at this point, I think I have figured out all of the back and forth of all the parents. Like even at the end, like the total end of this shot, I have made it so at the end, there's like a frame at the end where I have disconnected everything, and it's the timer itself is just on frame, and it's exactly pretty much on the same location as the original timer was. So you shouldn't really see a difference between the straps. But yeah.
With the hair.
Are you already animating
Yeah.
the code or not?
Well, no, I tried the whole slider thing with like the head kind of doing water, but it still has these weird slivers.
Victor's code? You meant Victor's code?
Oh,
Another
Victor.
code from the sheet.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So then we have to have a little discussion regarding Victor's code because it's not buttoned, meaning that whenever he's leaning a bit forward, like how much should it? Like, are we cheating it so much, or is it completely like doing
It looks
this?
heavy. You shouldn't move.
Yeah,
Shouldn't it?
yeah, but still, like when he's doing that, when he's stretching over, there's no way I can get this silhouette. Like I'm going for that silhouette, but it's not buttoned, so it's gonna.
Yeah, but it's not an
It
angle
could move a bit.
that much.
Yeah. Yeah, but I for this I kind of started working on it a bit when he grabs the thing, and then I figured it's just going to be so much hassle. I might as well just do a pass where like
Oh, yeah,
I've had a discussion
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
director and like the
Yeah,
other.
of course.
There's no way I'm going to do that at the same time.
Paulo says he asked for a child of constraint feature, blah blah, at
Yeah.
the beginning of the project, but no answer.
Oh.
Yeah. So the problem is no.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay, that's it.
Yep.
I'd like to say something just really quick. If Pablo, if you'll open the clouds to the Gooseberry section,
Oh.
just wanted to point out one thing that's been added for all of the cloud supporters out there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Can you just click on
There.
Gooseberry?
It needs to
Oh,
be
sign
it's only
in.
for looking, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Francesco, you know, password?
No. You don't want to remember?
No.
If you just click on the, just click on the
Ah,
text.
Oh, or that way.
Something fast,
So if
faster.
you notice here that there's now 3 sections for Gooseberry. There's the
Oh.
week repository, which is where you can find all of the rigs and files that everyone's working on. The weeklies, where you can find all the stuff we linked in the blog, and the new tutorials and extra section where we've now gathered all of the tutorials, time lapses, videos Matthew's made. The videos that Juan Pablo and Danielle made to explain the rigs. So anyway, you'll find that all there on the cloud now, gathered in one place, and we'll keep adding to it as the team members keep making things. So.
Wow.
I have a small
I have
question.
witnessed
Yeah, including the new tutorial from Andy about the tornado. Yeah.
Wow.
So the
How much
word
is this?
repository, like I know it's synonymous with library, but it
Yeah.
just sounds like a sewage plant.
Yeah, I didn't
Sounds
pick
like
that
what?
one.
A sewage plant,
What?
like a repository.
Yeah.
No,
Where
Like a
you,
what?
you're a Windows user. Anyone's using any open source project knows
That's a
what-
repository. Okay, I'm just not used to
I
it.
missed what you say. It sounds like
a
Sewage
sewage
plant.
plant.
Can we talk about the
No
cloud,
idea
please?
what.
sewage
Trying
plant.
to get people over.
What is a sewage plant?
Uh,
What is clean water?
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
Sewage,
yeah.
like where you
I
put like your
believe sewer
waste.
water.
Right. People
All
are-
right.
And also, I got it somewhere.
have you
So-
heard the weeklies? When everybody starts talking, it's horrible. You know.
When we have fun.
Sarah.
No.
Yay. No, wait.
So,
That's it?
so that's it.
No.
The end.
Cloud.
I took the edit that we used in the daily because
Yeah.
and they never see like
alright.
the thing. So
I've
do you?
exported
We'll do it together.
the final edit from like half an hour before the weekly. So
But it's all the thing,
But
right?
yeah, but we
It's
can,
all the edit.
yeah, but we can score just for the part we need.
Yeah, I
Because the
don't know.
one from the
But where is
daily
it?
It's
already old.
Oh, it's in your weekly folder.
Layout edit. This is the whole edit for the blog post from Monday and
Okay. Well,
it can be on the cloud.
So
Okay, okay.
whereabouts is it?
So you have one
Timeline.
edit with all of your
You
work
just have to
together.
scroll a bit. It's at 2.5 minutes.
so introduce. So basically, Björk and I have been Björk. Bjorn. Sorry,
That's my
I was thinking
Bjorn?
Björk.
Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Yeah.
Been
Good time.
we've been working on this back and forth sequence of Frank and Victor meeting for the first time. So it's been a process. We've been doing dailies to see the evolution and to be sure that we are doing stuff that goes together and that is continuous. So it makes more sense if we show the edit.
With
Right.
audio.
Excuse me?
Oh, come on.
You have moments, sir.
I'm kind of in the middle of something here. Yes, thank you.
I've come a long way for you, Frank.
My name is Victor. Hi. You are Frank. Oh, you are so much more than just a sheep, aren't you? Oh, yeah? How would you know? Look at you. You're an adventurer, Frank. Just like me. You're a lone wolf. Tell me, does one choose to be alone? No, one doesn't. One doesn't even choose to be a wolf. Or does one?
That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
Go with the guy. Ooh.
Maybe from there.
Yes,
But
thank
sleep is a little
you.
bit.
I've come a long way for you, Frank.
But die weg, ja, I have another solution. Wat heb je hier dan? I hear
It doesn't say it anymore.
My name is Victor.
My name is Victor.
Hi.
Just do you have
You
a
are-
moment? Excuse me, do you have a moment?
You are Frank. Oh, you are so much more than just a sheep, aren't you? Oh, yeah? How would you know? Look at you. You're an adventurer, Frank.
This one.
Just like me. You're a lone wolf.
Adventurer?
Tell me, does one choose to be alone? No, one doesn't. One doesn't even choose to be a wolf. Or does one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mr. Hector. Victor.
That's it, right?
It's
I don't know.
yeah. So yeah, from from today's dailies, we talked about
syncing a lot?
No.
There.
Yeah,
Yes.
it works.
Are we back?
Yes, Gooseberry Weekly.
And there is still 44 viewers. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you want to
continue.
follow? I
Go
think I'm done. I'm done.
Okay, for Sarah.
Too much snappiness. That's what I say.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You have nothing to add.
Etc.
No. Bjorn.
Sorry, I wanted to.
Okay,
Okay.
there is Julian.
He's right. Hiding.
Oh, hiding.
Yes.
Next, Julian. He has something.
You have a,
No, you can do it. Just stand behind you.
And dance.
I can show you
Dance.
how to screw it up.
Hey, first we need your
Let's move
face.
the.
Where's your
the
face? Yeah, you're
microphone.
very tall. You have to get. You have to
Yeah.
get
You
there.
can do that. That's not a problem. So I don't have that much to show. It's just for images,
Which?
or 5 or so. Yeah, start with that one.
Okay.
I started doing more widgets.
Wait. Need to share the thing. Click, 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 click.
So
Yes.
this is just a widget for the sequence, for the sequencer. So you can, instead of resizing only the preview image, you can now resize the real image, not only the preview, which is kind of cool. It's a feature request from Liquid Ape. Sean Olsen is his real name. And yeah, that was just a little bit to get used to the system a bit more and to play a bit with it. I think the next two ones are also from this widget thing. So then I started animating. I started my career as an animator
Oh.
with a real great teacher. No, it's just it was meant so I
That's the
can.
poster. Huh?
Yeah, the movie poster. We have to get it somehow in the movie. It was meant so I can get a bit used to the workflow for animating stuff, and so I can see where Blender needs to be improved, where our new widget project could help Blender and the animator who sits in front of the computer. So I already got some ideas how we could do this, but yeah, I will look into this. The next thing I did was images with metadata. Metadata. So I at the moment it looks like this. So this is not printed into the image. It's not in the image. This is just OpenGL, just as Ton wished it to be. So instead of having ugly stamps on the image, we will in future hopefully just have an OpenGL overlay. So the problem with this is
real.
sorry.
This is already there. You coded it.
Yes, I coded this already. No, that's not a mockup. That's already coded. And you can even on the next image create this in pink.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I guess.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, the problem with this is that we
Not too much pink.
have too much pink. No, too
Never
few.
too much.
No.
You can see smaller. So what is
So,
it?
yeah.
Is it?
Which
You
editor
mean-
is this? Is it an editor?
This is Blender.
This option.
This
has
is the image editor.
text pink and everything.
Okay.
It's only for the image editor, but it's so designed that I can easily, with 2 lines of code, put it into the
Sequencer.
sequencer. Yeah.
Wow. So you can put everywhere. The movie
Yeah,
clip.
The issue is that I currently have that you can't. That this is not stored into the image. It only lives as long as the image lives in Blender. So as long as the image is buffered, it is stored. So I now have to find a way to really store it into the image. So there are ways. I used a famous search machine called Google to find this out, and yeah, there are ways, but it has to be coded first. but I think it's a good start.
You use Google to find Blender code.
Yes. No. I just wanted to see if it's possible at all, and it is. So yeah. What else do I have? Today, which is something that's quite important for me. Sticky keys were merged. So finally, the biggest can of worms ever on the planet is finally merged with Master. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, that's what I did this week. More to come.
Awesome, sticky keys. Yay!
So next week he will move, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Sticky keys.
Two poses.
Yeah, you would do this.
Something in between. Come on.
Of course.
Okay, the last two persons. Manu.
Bam.
Rendering.
Nice. Prepared to see some 16K. Massive. Oh, videos actually.
Yeah.
16K. Yeah. Of course.
Stereo.
For the week.
There you go.
No, it's the standard.
We need an HD, a 4K projector only for
Projector with triple
Anyway, sorry people.
That's the old stereo thing.
Yeah, finally the rig thing is fixed.
Yes.
Yeah, that was.
That's another thing I did this weekend. Spend time working with Bosa to get rid of the dependencies on the blend rig add-on, because this should work on every computer without the add-on, and that's one of the reasons why some people say that Caminandes 2 the animation doesn't look right, because it relies on the add-on and it sucks. Everybody says, yeah, this sucks.
Bad, you go on the internet on Google front page. Yes, this
Yes, the animation in Caminandes 2 relies on the add-on.
It looks so weird. I always wondered why it looks so
Yeah,
weird.
what is a piece of shit? Yeah, sorry, Manu, we are taking, but it's
We even rendered it bad.
No, I think we rendered it right because we had the add-on. But
Yeah, but you rendered it on 4K on external file.
yeah, but that was okay because of reasons. Yes. Yes.
Did you ever check it?
No. Oh shit. Okay.
Anyway, sorry, Manu.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, next. Next one. Well, yeah.
So
They are the basic shots. We can improve them, of course.
this shot now is final.
Depends on Mathieu, of course.
So what does the
Well, there's
some tiny
lighting things a bit to have the sun back.
is the horizon?
Matthew, one thing that I'm noticing, it's that whole
Oh.
lips are too far away from the teeth, so it makes this weird vacuum.
Yeah.
So we might want to move the teeth
Yeah.
back. I think it was one blender unit that I tried, and then it looked way better. Or like 0.1 blender, not 1 blender. We can try it.
So next
Mhm.
is
Whoa, Lego movie.
Yeah, it's the first version of yours.
See, you don't even see the intersect thing
Yeah.
with the grass and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But we need to fix this.
No.
It's perfect. Keep it that way.
Very nice. He has a little ring inside of his.
There's no render error.
Mm.
The share guy fixed the last one.
Yeah, that's good.
But share guy also added the bug. So.
Added the bug. Developers, you know, they added.
Yeah, they work. Yeah.
No, but it's
Huh?
That's the
super cool.
old timer.
Mm.
Gave me nightmares.
But mhm.
At night.
Is the sky getting more texture, or is this what you like for the sky?
I think we should have some more details in it. We feel it a bit more, and maybe some moving clouds.
Is the sun going to be stronger, like in the benchmark? or not?
The clouds?
The sun coming from in the benchmark is quite yellow.
Yeah, it's, well, I
Maybe
kind
too
of
much.
look it like this. It's more subtle. It feels more morning. So, but the one from the back when he's running, when he's walking, I think it lacks the sun highlights.
It would be nice to have the nice
Then you have
wings
the, yeah,
that
the
you have a
logo that will
little.
sparkle a bit more,
Yeah.
at least a little bit.
Yeah.
It's cool. I like it. It's nice.
Yeah, good.
Well,
Now we also have
It's a woolly face.
In the next one,
Now the
normally
coat.
he should have the hair back now. He should
Ooh.
now the hair should be back for next one.
I'm not seeing the problem.
That's great. No, okay.
Good. Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that.
Damn.
Look at the wave going so slow there, right? Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's big. It's good scale stuff.
Yeah,
It
that's
feels now nice big.
these are the ones that I put on the other shot. That's why it doesn't look like it's moving because it's far away, but it is moving very fast.
Is there a sheep flock somewhere? I think I see it, but
yeah, there is actually sheep.
They have fur.
You can press E to go frame by frame. Yeah. If you go to the first frame.
First,
Well,
and then
only E. It's like next frame.
oh
So
wow,
you can see the
What?
sheep slowly.
is VLC?
Is that in VLC?
Yeah.
We can do next frame,
Yeah.
and we didn't know about it.
What is previous
It's
frame?
been there for a while. Depends.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, and you
I
can also
thought it
AP
next
loop as well.
Yeah.
Set
No,
up-
the loop I know,
No,
but I
in and
didn't
out.
know.
In and out.
But yeah,
AP of his son.
What is S?
Oh my
S
god!
is right
I
before.
think them right now.
All the time when I'm watching something, I'm like, what was that?
Central, please.
And if you want to go the screen,
Sorry, I press a button and it broke.
I think it's the one, no, you can't.
Jesus.
It's the one next to it.
like.
So that was the island, right?
You've seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to do things
Flawless rope and grass.
here,
Ah,
and this is the one.
Ah,
Yeah. And this was the
ah.
yeah another reason for flickering, but
Wow.
Very interesting.
Using a cloud texture for particles.
yeah.
Is it too small? The cloud
I have no idea, but that was the cause. I disabled it and everything works.
It might have been too small and there is a floating point error. And it's too small. Very computer and different. Or when it's a noise.
Yeah. But yes, yeah. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Nice.
You even see stuff underwater. What?
Smoke on the water.
How is that imagining?
The whale.
No, it is.
No, here
Like
is
that?
Manu, should there be maybe like little white things where the waves are hitting the?
Rocks. Yeah, I can add it, but it might not look good. But I can try it next week, maybe.
Just wondering if that maybe.
So how do you call that white stuff?
Yeah.
Foam.
Foam.
No, Icelandic.
Foam. Foam. No, that's really.
That's what's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's Brim in Iceland.
Brim.
Okay, so that's it, man.
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then, dun, Francesco.
So if you go to the share,
Since when do we have a weird
Share what?
If you go share Gabriel. Share, no, not share Gabriel, like
Share
weekly.
users?
No, Gabriel, weekly, in the weekly folder. Yeah, sorry about that.
Somebody happy
Yeah. Pablo is actually a rapid man in disguise.
So I've been working this week. So since the beginning of the week, Gabriel went back to Buenos Aires. So we are working remotely now, and we have laid out our timeline for the next weeks on what we are going to do. Our focus is still to work on Attract and on Flamenco and other tools. Here I am showing some of the work Gabriel has been doing during the week, which was a bit short for him because he had to fly back. And it mostly consists in implementing authentication in the Attract system. So as you can see from this sequence of 3 screenshots, you can go from one to the other. A user is able to log in using his Blender ID, and his identity gets checked against a centralized authentication system, and then they receive an authorization token that they can use to access the Attract application. There is a lot of technical stuff going on, but the experience is very seamless for the user, and that's what we are aiming for. And that's what he has been working on. On my side, so you can dismiss. Another thing we've been working on just before he left, but it was after the weekly actually. If you open the web browser and go on flamenco.io, yeah, if you go flamenco.io, you can actually see that we made a beta 1 release. So now Flamenco went out of the alpha stage, and it has a bunch of new features and improvements from the past 2 months when Gabriel was here. And it pretty much works in the same way. And we just changed some stuff to make it more usable. And we tested it with external render services, and it's already working. So we just need to move the last few steps and actually finalize the deals that we have with our render service providers. And actually then we are able to send our renders anywhere in the world to render. And then finally, then during the week, I spent some more time on our Flamenco here in the studio, adding a couple of things, fixing a couple of things, but just minor stuff. And I've been working on Attract as well, making the initial steps for integrating Blender itself with Attract. There is nothing to see at the moment, and still developing a lot of core functionality. But the next week we will hopefully have our shot list working, and it will be quite interesting to see the different ways you can interface yourself with it. And then that's it.
Yeah, okay. So
That's it.
that was it.
Use
For the
for
week.
action.
You can put the camera on the cat and then have the whole internet enjoy the cat for 10 hours while we have lunch.
Yes.
So
The cat trying to catch the hole.
everybody have a happy weekend.
Sorry about the sound problem. Here's a kitten.
Yeah.
He looks at himself. Yeah. Cat, here, look, here.
1 million viewers.
It's the cat video.
Subscribe now. Subscribe, subscription. Put a cloud t-shirt.
Okay, everybody, goodbye.
Bye.
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 Please. Thank you for watching. 15